So some of you guys might be aware of my recent initiative to intern for Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm running Facebook ads targeting his company. I have a TikTok at I will intern for Gary V. And overall, I've just been really trying to get his attention. But why do I want to intern for him so badly? I'm spending time, money, and more importantly for you guys, do you want to be doing something similar as far as getting an internship? So that's what today's video is going to be about. It's going to be all about getting internships in high school and why they're really important. My name is Bianchi. This is Define Wisdom. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. All of this stuff really helps out the channel. I want to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So what's my personal deal with internships? And I'm not only trying to get Gary's attention. I've also applied to a couple of dozen of digital marketing agencies between Red Bank and Brick, which is about a 20-mile radius from my house. And I'm also going to be trying to target Marquez Brownlee, who is a massive YouTuber located in North Jersey. I want to do this for a ton of reasons, but mostly it's just the experience. I'm really confident that I want to go into the digital marketing world, but before I actually take any massive strides in that direction, I know that I learn best when I am engrossed in an environment. So by placing myself there, by seeing what the end result looks like, I'm going to be able to tell if it's really something I want to do or not. In the end of the day, I'm 18 and I understand that I might be going in the wrong direction. And while I'm doing all of this, I'm also going to be learning so much, getting actual hands-on experience with the daily tasks that I might be involved in later on. What else can you hope for besides learning from the best? Not to mention the hands I'm going to be able to shake. VaynerMedia is filled with hundreds of young, confident individuals going places in their lives. Marquez Brownlee is deeply connected to everyone in the YouTube tech world, which I love, and getting to meet just a couple of them would be an amazing experience. And then if I go to any of these other smaller companies that I apply to, then the same applies on a more local level. And even though these are the reasons that I want an internship, they also apply to you. Say you wanted to be a photographer, a cosmetologist, an architect. Becoming an intern for any of these places is going to get you hands-on experience, you're going to get a mentor, and it's going to snowball into the rest of your life. How valuable would it be to have an amazing architect teach you everything he knows, and then down the line when you're first getting started, you can go back to him and say, hey, thank you so much for that internship. I was looking for some advice. Or maybe you decide, damn, this architect thing really isn't for me. I don't exactly like the workflow or the lifestyle. And in that case, then perfect. Think about it. You could have gone to school for 4 years and not gotten the same knowledge that you got in 2 months as an intern. Too many people get out of college and go, damn, I really don't want to do this for the rest of my life. And that's horrible. You just spent how much time, money, energy, all wasted just because you didn't have the right perspective. And it's no knock to those people. It happens frequently. And if anything, that's a failure on a part of the universities to properly set their students up for success. But it still happens. So yeah, interning sounds great. And not a lot of people are going to have objections to working in their dream field. It's pretty obvious that the sooner you get started, the better off you're going to be. But besides those personal gains, does it actually help you in the real world? And the answer is yes. Colleges love to see hands-on experience early on in the form of an internship, and that is definitely a boost to your application. And then later on, when you're applying to jobs, one of the biggest issues with the education system right now is that kids get out of college with no real life experience. And having an internship or two on your resume is going to truly set you apart from the rest of the crowd. So how do you do this? How do you actually take the action? Because too many kids just don't. And really, it's quite simple. In high school, going to your guidance counselor can do wonders. And that's kind of a tip for high school in general. Go to your guidance counselor and ask her everything. Chances are they're going to be able to help you in some way or at least point you in the right direction. But a lot of schools have internship opportunities where they're either paid internships or credit-based. And when they're credit-based, that means you don't have to take a class because you did the internship. And all of a sudden you're getting out of the classroom and getting hands-on experience, which is going to be more enjoyable. That's 2 birds with 1 stone right there. So step 1 is definitely going to be talk to your guidance counselor. And if you're in college, then this especially applies. Most colleges are going to have some system to set you up with internships. And if you're applying to schools and they really just have nothing that you can find, then maybe consider a different university. But if you're anything like me, then you really don't like going through the education system. The bureaucracy just bogs everything down way too much. And in that case, it's almost easier to get an internship. Take digital marketing, for example. I looked up digital marketing agency in New Jersey, and a plethora of businesses came up. I went through every single one and I picked ones that already had a team established. The reason I did that was because I don't really see any point in being a coffee boy for a 2-person team, and I wanted to make sure that I was going to get the full perspective of a fleshed out agency. So apply this to whatever industry you're interested in and make sure you're going with qualified businesses. Then it's really quite simple. You're going to need 2 pieces, a cover letter and a resume. For your resume, I would highly advise going to, again, your guidance counselor, a teacher, or an adult. Just have someone help you set it up. This is no knock to you, and a YouTube video might be able to get you 80% of the way there, but resumes are super important, and having someone one-on-one go over it with you is going to be really helpful. So maybe find that really smart older teacher that lived a successful life in business before they became a teacher and have them help you out. As for tools to actually set up your resume, there's a suite of resume builders. I used this one on the screen right now to build mine, and it went really well. It costs like $3 a month, but I just built the resume and then canceled the subscription, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. And then there's a million different free options, and I'm sure Google Drive has templated ones too if you don't want to go through a service. It's all up to you. My resume had a little summary at the top, and then work experience, which I have a lot of, but you might not. And in that case, you might want to involve certain clubs, activities, or other things you've been involved with. And then your education, which is probably going to be pretty short. Here's my resume in case you were interested, and I'm going to link to it down below. The other piece that you're going to need is your cover letter. And your cover letter is basically just the email that you're going to send out to different companies, introducing yourself, explaining why you want the internship, and getting that foot in the door. For me, I sat down with my mom, who's a business owner who writes for a living, so she walked me through all of this, but it's definitely something that your mentor can walk you through. This is my cover letter for Gary Vaynerchuk. If you want to read it, pause the video. Keep in mind that both of these should be about 1 page, so don't go writing a 500-word essay. But getting these 2 pieces of the puzzle down tight, 110% is what's going to set you apart and actually land you those internships. But before you get to the internship part, there's going to be the dreaded interview. I'm not particularly qualified to give advice, so go into your web browser and search interview tips, but I'm going to rattle off a couple points here. Be confident, know what you're talking about, ask questions to the interviewee to let them know that you're engaged. Maintain good eye contact, show up 5 minutes early, all that basic fun stuff. Just pretend like you have to act like an adult. And there's another piece of advice. If you're nervous for it, then pretend like you were someone else or lower the stakes in your mind some way. And at the end of the day, you want to be you, and you don't want to be matched up with a company that you don't mesh well with because you faked yourself in an interview. So you have your resume, your cover letter, you're ready for any interviews that come your way, and start sending away. Get in Google Maps and send your resume to everyone that you can find that you would want to work with. For the cover letter, you're definitely going to want to change a couple of things about it for each company so that they don't think it's just some spam message. For me, that involved changing a sentence in there to reflect what I found on their website, and then the name, of course. And while I'm here at the end, let's cover this nasty topic of paid versus unpaid internships. For me personally, I think unpaid internships are bullshit. Although I would be willing to do one. I just think it's reflective of the work you're going to be doing if they choose not to pay you. Even though there are some opportunities like VaynerMedia where I would be Gary Vaynerchuk's coffee bitch all day, every day, just to sit in his meetings, not every company is going to be like that, and not every industry is going to give itself towards that. Here's a tip for the interview. Ask what you're going to be doing in the internship, or already understand what you want to do so that you can bring that to them. And if they say it's an unpaid internship, then either see if you can get college or high school credit for it so it counts towards something, or double, triple check that you really want to do it there and there isn't another opportunity somewhere. You have to be careful. For example, I talked to one company that already has a relationship with my high school, even though I chose not to go through them. They said that as long as I was a student, it would have to be a credit-based internship. And well, I already have all my credits figured out, so I get nothing out of that. I am going to contact them again over the summer, though, once I am relieved of my Wall High School burden and revisit the topic. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know if anything in this video helped, or if you would want to intern for any companies down below. And you can email me, alexbianchi@definewisdom.com, and I am more than willing to help you get started on your search. Of course, this isn't professional advice, just me lending a hand, and maybe I pass your resume along to my mother or stepfather, who are both business owners. That way they can take a look at it. And guys, please be sure to subscribe. The goal is 1,000 subscribers by the end of the summer, so every single subscription counts. Peace.